Welcome back to The Betrayed. I'm Gina Beck.
This is Drew Williams.
Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all, especially the reviews on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys again, always for the continued support. Putting that hashtag Banana Cats, I love it. So thank you guys.
I was looking at the analytics today, and 96% of you are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button for us. That way you can get notified when new episodes come on. We have a lot of exciting things coming and some exciting guests, so can't wait for that.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening, but the subscriptions do help. They help push the algorithm. I know some of you guys know what that stuff does, but we appreciate it, and we continued support. We really, really appreciate regardless.
How are you, Joe?
I'm doing all right. I got no real complaints. How are you?
I'm well.
Let's start off with, I think everyone should know, there has been updates on Sophie. Sophie is been reunited with her father, and it's her three brothers? I can't remember it. Can't remember how many siblings she has. But her brothers there's a video of them. If you search pretty much any social media platform, it's not hard to find. Unfortunately, it's just for this weekend. They still have custody battle going on, and I don't necessarily believe that the mother is an evil person, but there has been reports that there is actual confirmation of sexual abuse from a doctor, and the children are not allowed to have visitations from unrelated males. So this is a huge win regardless. The name of the boyfriend is out there. I'm not going to say his name. If you want to find and look what he looks like, it's not hard to find. But he looks like a piece of shit. Hopefully is going to be arrested sometime soon. That's what I'm hoping to hear, because from what it sounds like this guy was absolutely doing those things, and there's just check mark after check mark that this is valid, and it looks like it's going to stop.
And where we got our sources, we'll be sure to link in the description below so you guys can go check those things out for yourselves. So I wanted to get into what the title is about. I'm sure if you're listening, you've heard of Lovely Peaches. She's been around on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, every platform that, is popular. Her real name is Brittany Johnson, who is also known as Lovely Peaches on all of these platforms. And on TikTok, she was banned recently, and rightfully so. She should have been banned on other platforms a long time ago. Well, she's 19 years old. She's a singer and a mother of a baby girl, and she has more than 1 million followers on both her TikTok and Instagram accounts. Well, she did. You can't find them right now, and I don't see that she has a social media up, except for like an old one that has the recent post is dated in 2019. It's not active. And then there's a bunch of fan accounts. So I'm not sure what her current status is, but what I can tell you is that she has tried to interact with other social media stars in an odd way, being very provocative towards them, and just trying. She is the kind of girl that any attention is good attention, even if it's negative, and she'll say crazy things, do crazy things, even if it's a lie, and just, I don't know, put herself out there as that type of person. It's very odd and
everything
scary.
She does is shock value, and if you watch,
yeah, exactly.
We're gonna link one of the shorter documentaries that if you really are interested in the subject after this, you can watch a whole breakdown, I guess, of her mini career. She's always been shock value. I feel like everything's always from the very beginning. It's just it leveled up super, super quickly, and it escalated to a point where people wanted to get authorities involved.
Rightfully so. She was saying things about her daughter and how she would beat her and want to hit her, and she would have she'd be on the phone acting or really doing so. She was calling a man and trying to sell her daughter and how much she would be. And it's very scary and just not something that you should joke about. and she was on a lot of lives doing these things. I think on a live, she hurt a dog recently. That's like the most recent thing, also.
Yeah, there's no actual proof that there was a dog, but she reenacted like what the dog looked like as she was
Ah,
choking it, and then she like says the dog's in heaven now or something like that. Because like I said, everything's for extra shock value. Everything's like
yeah. I didn't see that, but I skimmed over an article about it, and it's good to know she didn't hurt a real dog. Yeah, that's good to know.
at least the web sleuths, including myself, couldn't find any actual verified footage of her hurting animals. Just like
Mm.
with her daughter, because I don't know if you wanted to get into this yet, but I personally don't believe she's had custody of her child for years.
Mm. I have no idea.
The things that I've been able to find, sorry, there's somebody out with a really small motorcycle making a lot of noise. Sounds like a clown bike. But supposedly her child has been in custody for the last few years because if you go back and look, well, you can't now, but the people that have screenshots of her old social media, all the baby pictures, the child doesn't really grow. You know what I mean? Like it starts out as an infant and then it hits a certain age, and for like a year and a half, all the pictures, and she even recycled pictures. So there's
Mm.
hopefully none of the things she says ever happened, but I I really don't know.
And hopefully that's what they're investigating right now. From what I see from people like on Twitter talking about it, and just random articles that are obviously from people, not real news sources. Seems like they have been keeping up to this, and I'll link everything that I am reading from in the description below so you guys can read for yourselves. And if you guys know anything that we don't know that we're not talking about, be sure to let us know so that we do. But I guess, like you were telling me earlier about her itching and burning and how it went viral. Well, that is what made her blow up on TikTok. That is the reason why she got so many followers, because people were using that is a song for one of their dances, and so many people were using it, and it was linked to her name. So people on TikTok, especially the younger ones, didn't even know who Lovely Peaches was until they found her through that song, and then they got introduced to the craziness. So that's how she was able to build those
I mean, Itchin'
platforms.
and Burnin' is a really inappropriate song, but just as itself, it's just borderline inappropriate dark humor. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
the rest of her stuff is so much worse compared to that. But it's creepy that a lot of kids are, singing along to it or doing parodies. And because I wanted to bring this up, I legitimately think she's like clinically insane. I don't know what she has, but she probably needs to be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say lock her away, but she probably needs to be evaluated and maybe be on meds because you watch the videos and she seemed like a manic. Like the personality goes from crying to crazy shit that she says.
Well, if you guys don't know who Charlie D'Amelio is, she's one of the biggest creators on TikTok. She's underage, she's a minor, she's like 15. And what Peaches had done is she targeted her for shock value. Like you said, she targeted her and said crazy things to her so people would, follow her and whatever. So I guess Charlie was just on TikTok and posted one of her, her dances, and she made a scary claim on social media. Peaches did, that she had hired a 30-year-old man to sexually assault Charlie. And the video had since been circulating on Twitter. So Lovely Peaches reportedly asked viewers on her live video to like reveal Charlie's location. Like she was just being really weird and like trying to be very personal. And so that's another big reason why a lot of people that love Charlie band together to get her off the
And
platform.
I believe that's the one. If you can find the clips, the documentaries I link actually show them. There is another man on the phone that she's talking to that supposedly wants to do the act. And I don't know if it's real or fake. I really don't.
It's hard to tell. And in these cases it's scary, and if Charlie was my daughter, I would want them to be in trouble. Like I don't care if it's fake. that is wrong. It's not right. You are, especially on a big platform like you have, you're just teaching your audience to be that way. And whether it's a joke or not, like what if they do that? What if they repeat that? And then you just have a bunch of kids threatening parents, whether it's for money or for their TikTok account, or it sounds insane, but these are the things that are happening, and it's crazy.
She's targeted a few different, like, I would call them D-list celebrities, because didn't she target Bad Baby or whatever her name is, the Dr. Phil girl? She showed up at her mom's house too and was banging on the door, and I think she ran off before she got arrested.
It says here that Peaches was also dating a 16-year-old named Diego Martir. He's a very popular TikToker. I guess they had a fake relationship for TikTok so that they could get, views and followers off of each other. But he's 16, and in a lot of their videos, it's just too much, and they're just going too far and showing their audience that kind of content. I don't think is right. So I'm glad that she was taken off the platforms. I have no idea any update since like 3 weeks ago is the most recent. So I don't know where she is. I don't know if her daughter is okay. I don't know really anything.
Yeah, the one that I keep talking about referring to, so she's been a runaway since she was 13 or 14. There's evidence that she was a sex worker by 14 or 15. This is not excusing anything about her, but I think that's why people are so fascinating with her, because she's a real life train wreck going live all the time, and you're not really 100% sure which is part of her character personality and which part of her is her actual self, because I don't think she had a great upbringing.
Mm. I saw that a lot of people were mentioning that also, how her past is a influence on how she's trying to have these skits or videos, whether they're fake or true, right? Like how she's portraying herself in these videos. It's kind of like her past is what people were saying. She was just bringing it back. But I don't know. Like she made up a fake story about how she killed her daughter, which her daughter's name is Cora Miracle, by the way. And she made up a fake story, which she admitted it was fake later on, that she killed her. Like I just don't. Things like that are just not okay.
Well, and she'd been escalating that for like months, right? Because she kept doing, there's videos of her like, I'm gonna cut my baby and things like that, and it just,
She was able to troll the internet, right? Which is what I think. I think a lot of these things are fake also. I think she was able to troll the internet, get news stories, build herself up in a negative way. She got a blue check mark. She got over millions of people. She was able to get streams off of her music, even though it was vulgar, some insane, raunchy music. I mean, if you didn't know the woman behind it, you might think that music is funny. You might want to even do a TikTok to that music.
I think
But
everyone did, because I remember
yeah,
her for
she
for the remixes that
obviously,
everyone did before I knew all this about her. I mean, I remember
right,
everyone
obviously,
remixing those.
she blew up on on TikTok because of it. So clearly people loved it, but they didn't know her yet. I don't know. The whole rape and child abuse is just a lot. It's a lot.
I think her getting pulled off all of the social media platforms, if not her deleting them, maybe it's either her in trouble or maybe her getting help. I think either way, that's good. I don't necessarily wish harm on her. I hope that she gets help.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you, we've talked about this multiple times on the podcast. Like, I don't dislike dark humor, but this is not good dark humor. Like, it just, and I hate to
I
like be
think it
like, who are
even
you to say what dark humor is? It's like, well, I like some pretty dark shit, and it's not
right.
even funny.
Right. And I think it even goes like a little bit past dark humor what she's doing, because she has on a live feed with Cora, she sternly was reminding her that she has no right to disrespect her mother. She was telling a baby this. You have no right to disrespect your mother. I brought you into this world, ho, she says at one point to her baby. You know, things like that. And it's just, it's not funny. It's not funny. I don't know how like we said, we don't know how she was raised, but she continued to do Instagram lives that were just insane. So I hope things like that are getting looked at. Her antics triggered a great deal of the public, obviously, and several change.org petitions started arising. And they were the ones that called for her ban from social media, while others demanded an investigation into her misdemeanors as a parent. And I guess she lost custody of Cora on August 6th. An activist group, Children's Riot, reported that Cora has been rescued and will never be returned to her abusive mother. The Salvation Foundation, a nonprofit created to raise awareness and aid in rehabilitation of sex trafficked victims, additionally claimed that Cora was initially placed in the care of her grandmother before being returned to Lovely Peaches. However, she was once again taken from Lovely Peaches' care with the nonprofit, having confirmed the news with the FBI. So she's no longer to visit her daughter Cora, according to Children's Riot and the Salvation Foundation. They also say the FBI has opened an investigation into Peaches, and Cora will not live with Peaches' parents, but with other family members. That's
Well, I
the
mean, that's
current
good. I
status
mean, I
on
hope
that.
that the child at least gets to be around the good side of her family, because I guarantee you that Lovely Peaches is probably the complete black sheep of that family that they don't want anything part of. But hopefully, the daughter can have somewhat of a normal upbringing, and hopefully, none of the things claimed were ever done to her. But
We'll find out. Hopefully,
I,
they're investigating
yeah,
that. But if you guys know anybody that needs help and is in situations like this, we're going to leave the National Sexual Assault Hotline below in the description. So you guys can be connected with a trained staff member in your area, or you can visit rain with 2ns.org, which we'll also leave in the description, where you can chat online with a support specialist at any time if you feel like you need to.
yeah, both of those organizations have been around for a decent amount of time too. They do good work.
I think we could talk about Peaches forever. I think there's so much more that we could bring up. I mean, we could even give you guys clips, voice clips of things that she said. It's not pretty, but I recommend you go see those things for yourself if you are interested in finding out more information. And if we hear an update on Peaches or if anything arises, we'll be sure to let you guys know. Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all. Much love, Banana Cats.
Much love, Banana Cats. Peace.